Kendra McNamara reporting in San Angelo.
Kendra McNamara reporting in San Angelo.
I'm Kendra McNamara with KIDY Fox News First.
I'm sure the suspense is eating at everyone at home. Take a look.
From a small buzz in one serving to hallucinations and paranoia in the next, not to mention the erratic behavior reported all over the country.
Lots of people, lots of music, lots of heat, and luckily, lots of water. I have with me a wakeboarder and a wake surfer, both of them from across the country.
This is a fire that's been going for 3 days now. Some are saying it's burned over 10,000 acres.
Speaking of all this heat, I'm very hot right now. Are you guys hot? Yeah. Should we jump in the pool? Because I think we should. Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3.
I can't explain why this letter was addressed to me, but what I do have tonight is a possible confirmation that the teen who's been missing for almost 4 months is alive. 63-year-old Ray Castro Zapata, a bail bondsman, was booked into the Tom Green County Jail this morning, and the clock is ticking as a deadline looms for Congress to fund the Department of Homeland Security.
And let's face it, we live in West Texas. We don't know how to handle this. The only way we know how to handle it is to stay home and stay safe. Behind me, we have the K-9 Unit Training. Officer Fincher is with his dog.
Homes, possessions, and sadly lives have been lost in the storms all over Texas this week, and those flood victims in dire need of help. And get this, the man in New York was stating that her 4-year-old child was his own.
With an $800,000 project on the line, TAM's crew of 7 is working diligently to get the project finished by May, making it really easy to spot someone out on the street that might be using it.
You have to get used to it. You have to adjust. We're here to learn how to save lives.
While most civilians are just getting out of bed to start their workday, Shane Lawson and the other hundreds of men and women in fire training at Goodfellow Air Force Base are halfway through theirs.
I typically wake up at 4 a.m., show up for formation by 4:40, usually get to the high bay around 5:30, get our gear on and get ready for the day.
It's about 7 a.m. The sun is just now coming out, and the teams behind me are just now putting their practice in against the flames. 23-year-old Lawson, originally from Jacksonville, Florida, began his 68-day protection apprentice course at Goodfellow in December.
It's a lot to take in when you first start, but once you get the concepts down and you just rely on your buddy beside you.
But the airman says that uniform takes some getting used to. The weight, the heat, and the limited supply of oxygen wearing the helmet.
It's kind of a mental thing.
So how do you control that?
There's a couple techniques they taught us. Skip breathing, where you'll breathe in once, you maybe breathe out twice, or you breathe in twice, breathe out once, just to calm yourself, slow the heart rate. There's also a controlled breathing. It's just pacing your breaths, really.
2,650 students passed through Goodfellow's fire training in 2014. The days for airmen and women are anything but easy in the training field, all things blood, sweat, and tears. But at the end of the day, Lawson says it's the energy of his peers that keeps him motivated.
It's contagious. You come to work with a bunch of guys that are ready to work and get the job done. It makes it a lot easier.
Kendra McNamara, Fox News First.
You could smoke one time and have a heart attack and kill yourself.
Sergeant Cade Salisbury served in SAPD's narcotics division. He says there are currently 150 chemicals outlawed to prevent the production of K2. He expects that number to grow over time, but no matter how many chemicals are forbidden, Salisbury believes the drug will never stop evolving.
It's very difficult to make it all illegal because they keep coming up with new chemicals, and we can't add those as being prohibited until they're already out there.
The more outlawed chemicals, the more manufacturers bring in dangerous ingredients imported from other countries. And it's often those stronger additives getting mixed in that fluctuate the potency of the drug from package to package. Ranging from a small buzz in one serving to hallucinations and paranoia in the next, not to mention the erratic behavior reported all over the country. Leroy Sinet, a licensed chemical dependency counselor, has seen his fair share of traumatic stories: suicide, homicide, car wrecks, drownings, all under the influence.
I have the obituaries of people who have died and died recently from their addiction, dead, killing people.
In 2014, a San Angelo man was reported missing. 3 days later, his body recovered from the Concho River. His autopsy showing he was high on K2 when he drowned. As the addictive drug becomes more dangerous, it is also becoming more popular. And its biggest consumer? Teenagers. Leroy says as it's hitting our future generations, there is only one way it can be stopped.
Just don't do it.
But for those who have already succumbed to the drug, it's only reality that can bring a cure.
There has to be a reason for a person to change. Why would I want to stop doing something that's fun? To some people, using drugs is still fun, but it progresses to a point where it's no longer fun.
Kendra McNamara, Fox News First.
We're very happy to be here, and it's a great day because it's Thursday, which means tomorrow is Friday.
Can't complain.
But it's also a great day because we've seen sunshine. Barrett, how long will that last?
No arrest, no jail time, no criminal record. That could soon be the punishment for possession of marijuana in Texas. The state might be easing up on those marijuana laws.
We were first on the scene with EMT crews and the fire department, not exactly sure where the drowning actually took place.
That's right, Bob and Molly. Troopers, investigators, inspectors began their 72-hour effort to increase driver and cargo safety. No rushing for your safety and others. That's the most important fact. They soak up the sun during the day, so at night, they'll light your way. Our police department shared a simple tool that allows you to see if anyone's been using your photos online. You have to be at a regular computer for it to work. If you have an iPhone with iOS 6 or higher, go to your settings, go to Notification Center, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and tap the button of Amber Alerts and Emergency Alerts. Before changing the lives of those people here at Williams House, Leroy was one of them. Imagine feeling pain and not being able to communicate that to someone. San Angelo firefighter and paramedics deal with that on a daily basis. Kendra McNamara reporting live in San Angelo. Kendra McNamara reporting in San Angelo. I'm Kendra McNamara with KIDY, Fox News First.